in the South Hall at the Las Vegas Convention Center at the NAB Show 2025. Pushing in this here, Rich Sports Video Group here with our friends at Blackmagic Design. It is Bob Caniglia. Bob, how's the show so far?
So far, so good. Thanks for having me.
Of course, thanks for having us at your booth. Speaking of your booth, any key overall arching philosophies that you guys will be having on the show?
You know what I think we've done is we've expanded our product lines in our different areas. We introduced a lot of Cinti 2110 gear last year. We've expanded that, but we've made it a little bit more flexible in the sense that you can use the Cinti 2110 or just use it as baseband. And we have some new products in that line. We created some more product lines in our ATEM live switcher. So all the way to our largest one now, it is our new 4K Constellation 4K Plus, which has 80 inputs and 48 outputs. We also added things that I think are important for live production, having shadow switching. So like guys like to, they have their main program out, but that maybe they're streaming, but they're still hitting like IMAGs in the theater, in the stadium, so they can have a shadow switching of the second monitors for there. And then we can sub-switch at the same time. So like if you take a wide shot, say, for the stream, but you want close-ups up on the monitors, you can just assign the buses to do that.
Right.
We also have a new smaller one, our ATEM Mini Stream ISO G2. It's a new design panel that's really just basically a lot of features that people had asked for. Like they wanted more outputs. We added more outputs. They wanted, the better buttons and controls for audio and whatnot. There's XLR inputs now and a headphone jack. Just, expanding the breadth. And then we have a new hyperdeck that you can do replays offloaded. You can, so I think that we've expanded our offerings in there. And then at the same time, on the camera side, we now have added our studio cameras to have Cinti 2110 on the 10 gig ports of the cameras so we can bring those signals anywhere.
Right.
And one of the things that we're showing as a beta is that we have ATEM in the cloud. So you can actually run signals through the ATEM in the cloud and then use that so you have remote switching. So I think that we're offering different tools for different areas, but our overall idea is that we want to give people choices.
Right.
And, how do you want to work? We don't want to force people how to work, but if you want to do it remotely, we have ways to do it remotely. You want to do it on site, we have ways to do it on site. So I think that's part of what we've done. And then in DaVinci Resolve, we added a bunch of AI tools to try and help people do tasks without having to spend a lot of time on that. So it's assistant AI as opposed to generative AI, and that's really where we stay in our wheelhouse for that too.
Right. So giving people different options depending where they're at, whether it's professional, whether it's collegiate, budgetary restraints, but also listening to the industry where you said generative AI, things of that nature, and improving on what you guys do well. My second question for you, Bob, it's that idea. You have your legacy products and you're improving them and you're also debuting new things. How do you, strike that balance for a show like NAB?
Well, it's interesting because we have a million ideas and in a lot of different directions that you want to go to. And then when you get to a show like this, you have to, prior to the show to say, all right, where are we with different things? What can we bring out? And then craft the story from there. And Grant had a really long video, but it had so much in it. There was like nowhere to cut it. And, even a lot of times, like I can't even show you how to use this because we have to keep moving. But the truth is, I think that we try to bring products that people either have requested or don't even know that they want, which is also a thing that we're pretty good at, and it's nice to bring out things like the autofocus on the cameras that people have been asking for, but we brought it out in a way that nobody really expected. And I think those are the kind of things that we love doing. But the other thing about these shows, especially NAB, is that we're able to get good feedback, not only on what we just introduced, but what we might need to bring down the road. And oftentimes the engineers know what's coming, but they get, when people say, oh, you need to do this and this and this, it's like, dude, that's a great idea.
Good point.
Like our single camera controller for shading the cameras. We had a 4 slot one, but people are like, we just need a 1 because it's smaller and we need to get in there. And finally, they're like, I've been asking for that. So, well, I'm glad we could deliver.
Awesome. Listening to the industry trends, but also listening to the community to great products for the community. Awesome. Bob, thank you for taking the time. Appreciate it. Have a great rest of your show and good seeing you.
All right, thanks.
Bob Caniglia here with Blackmagic Design in the South Lowers. For more interviews like this one with Bob and for more interviews and information from Las Vegas, head over to our website at sportsvideo.org.